Judine, TDC is looking to get funding for ultra-fast broadband and mobile phone black spots with help through the government.
Yes.
Will TDC be contributing to this cost as well?
Unfortunately, the timing of it didn't coincide with the long-term plan, so at this stage there is no funding in there. But look, we've got this huge advantage of Network Tasman in our region where they've actually already put ducting in so many places. And Network Tasman themselves are looking, there's two different funds. One is a supplier and one is a supporter. And so Network Tasman and other potential suppliers are looking at applying for funding as well. And so there's a lot of areas where council can actually really support this to happen. Look, there's a meeting in Motueka Wednesday the 10th, another meeting coming up in Golden Bay and one in Richmond next week. Getting the public involved. We've got a questionnaire online. That's actually really important because it's about the community identifying where the black spots are, because there's maps and certain different mobile companies will say, look, we have great coverage here, but the locals will know, well, hang on, one bar, I could text every second day at best. If there's a wind, I can't do anything, etc. Yeah. So identifying a lot of the mobile black spot areas, we're asking for the public's input on that. And the questionnaire also looks at, what are the needs, what are the demands. So applications due on the 3rd of July. It's a really huge application process. Most councillors are actually really struggling with what they're required to come up with in a month or so that we've got to do this. But look, we're really going to put our best foot forward to look at both the ultra-fast rural broadband extension and the mobile black spot fund.
And of course, having an ultra-fast broadband through the area can bring in good business for people, businesses from home.
Well, look, absolutely. It is about bringing in, business, but it's also about what are the needs of the community, because these days, if businesses actually don't have the technology, and if schools don't have the technology, they're actually going to be seriously disadvantaged. Yeah. And so it's not anymore about this will give you an edge. It's about this will just help you to keep pace. Because that's really one of the next big economic divides is, which children, which schools, which businesses do or don't have access to these facilities and these services.
Is there anyone in council that's looking at the current ultra-fast broadband network now to see how effective it's been within, for example, areas of Nelson that have already had it rolled out? We're of the understanding that some people connected to the service are already having issues with modems dying. The phone has to be connected through the modem with a voice over fibre, they're calling it, and with the hassle of having to reset the modem, they lose the phone service. So there's all kinds of teething issues. Is there anyone looking at that?
Well, our IT department are hugely involved in all of this. Look at the extent to that, I guess we'd have to get the funding first before you start looking at, the rollouts, and ultimately there'll be a decision as to which areas even get anything. So yeah, there'll be issues that we would need to look at down the track. Look, I've had to replace my modem here in Richmond, and look, the new modem's now fantastic. The old one used to drop out about 10 times a day. So whether that was the modem rather than the service, yeah, who knows?
Well, with more people watching online TV, there's only a limited space, isn't there?
Yes, well, that's it. So, and that's where, for something like that, it's actually the internet service providers having to come to the party themselves. Again, there's so many people involved in this issue, and right through to, we have to have legal documents prepared and infrastructure in place, and that's all part of just this application to sort of get ourselves in there. So long road to go. Digital strategy would be next. That's the next step in the process. So, and that's needed anyway.